Righto, here we go. The first heat of the championship is brought to you by Ht1 and Morley. A full field of 10. I have to say a full field because we've lost a couple of cars before we've even started today. Here we go. Locke, Cooper, Pearce, Davies, Coulker, Dan, Flatman, Odin Smith, Templar and Wakefield. Race 1 of the national title. It's event number 2 on your program. Here we go, we're going clockwise. And we're not getting a start. They'll go next time around. So big build up for nothing. Let's do it again. Righto, let's send them on their way. They're coming out of turn number 4 for a dispatch in the opening heat of the national title, brought to you by Ht1 and Morley. It's 12 laps. It's going to be a perfect dispatch too. 5 perfect rows of 2 racing in the national street stock title at Ellenbrook. The hard work of the Ellenbrook Club has all come to fruition. We're underway, and car number 10 is the first one. Victoria 10, Jamie Locke leads them out at turn number 2, back to Stephen Cooper. A big move coming around the outside was from Odin Smith from Broome, as Stephen Cooper goes underneath of Jamie Locke as they come out of turn 4 the first time. Jamie Locke fights back on the outside, back to Josh Davies, then Odin Smith, 5th place at the moment. Oh, there's 2 cars around. Oh dear. It was Matthew Templar and Michael Pearce shot across the track right in front of Bob Wakefield, who had nowhere to go, and we've got a head-on collision at the top of the main straight in the first lap. Right underneath the camera tower, which is taking all the action this weekend. So we have a crash, Stanoon. Green flag held aloft. The green lights are now on their way and racing. Jamie Locke gets a good start. Stephen Cooper there. So too Shane Coulker. Darren Flatman looking for a way through on the inside. Coulker on the outside again. Odin Smith goes for the big one on the outside. It doesn't come off on this occasion. So head down the back straight. 1 car coming through to rate of knots is Victoria 8, Mick Dan. He goes up into 5th place now behind Darren Flatman. So come out of turn 4 the first time. It is car number 10, Jamie Locke, by a car length over Stephen Cooper. Back to car number 6, Shane Coulker from Western Australia, then Darren Flatman. 5th place is Mick Dan. 6th spot is Matthew Templar. Back to Josh Davies in 7th, then Odin Smith, and a long last is Michael Pearce. Down the back straight the second time, going clockwise. The race order is car number, oh, he's got it very crossed up as the race leader, Jamie Locke. Stephen Cooper nearly went through the back end, so too car number 6 in Shane Coulker. They're right up behind the race leader. Back in 4th place is still Darren Flatman of South Australia. Victoria 8 of Mick Dan is 5th, as Jamie Locke makes a mistake coming out of turn 2, loses the lead. May also lose 2nd place. Underneath comes Shane Coulker. Locke tries to button down the hatches, can't do so, and he goes back to 3rd place. He might go further back because Darren Flatman's there, so too Mick Dan and Matthew Templar. A bit of a gap to Josh Davies and Odin Smith, but out in front now by 30 metres clear is the 56 car of Stephen Cooper. Back then to car number 6 is Shane Coulker of Narrogin. A gap back to Jamie Locke, then Mick Dan, who gets underneath of Darren Flatman. Back in 6th place is the Tasmania 88 car of Matthew Templar. Back further in the field by about 50 metres then to 43 Josh Davies, and Odin Smith, who got a flyer on the opening lap, is back in 8th place, and a long last, and I mean really long last, is Michael Pearce, who's about to be lapped after just about 3 laps. Here comes Mick Dan now from Victoria, comes underneath of Jamie Locke, goes into 3rd place. Stephen Cooper, the race leader though, up the main drag, a long way to go in this opening heat. Back in 2nd spot, Shane Coulker. 3rd now, Mick Dan. 4th spot, Jamie Locke, then Darren Flatman and Templar. The 4 Eastern States cars all locked together for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. The gap back to Josh Davies as Darren Flatman hooks up on the curb, loses a spot to Templar. He goes back to 6th. Josh Davies now looking for a way on the outside. Back then to Odin Smith as our leaders back again in Stephen Cooper. So Cooper's lead over Shane Coulker is sufficient at the moment. The same gap back to Mick Dan, who's under pressure from Jamie Locke. 5th place is a gap back to Matt Templar, and then Darren Flatman, then back to the 43 car at Josh Davies, then Odin Smith as our race leader comes back into the main drag, probably at the halfway mark. In fact, there's 5 laps to go for car 56, Stephen Cooper. These races are a long way, 12 laps on this huge track, but Stephen Cooper now leads by nearly the length of the back straight. 2nd spot, Shane Coulker. 3rd spot, Mick Dan. A gap back then to the 43 car. The 10 car, being driven by Jamie Locke. So they come into the main straight once again. After Jamie Locke, it's Matt Templar. Then Darren Flatman is under pressure from Josh Davies, Odin Smith, and Michael Pearce has just spun himself out down in turn 4, and he is going to resume, but he's going to be 3 laps down now on Stephen Cooper. 2nd place, car number 6 of Shane Coulker. 3rd place, it's now back to Jamie Locke, goes underneath of Mick Dan here in the main straight. Back to Templar in 5th, then Darren Flatman. Josh Davies is 7th, Odin Smith. The race is on for the minor placings. It's Jamie Locke from Mick Dan. There's 2 laps to go in the opening heat. The race is for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Locke is 3rd. Now Mick Dan might be in a bit of problems here. He's gone back to 5th. Underneath goes Matt Templar. And Darren Flatman's right on his back bumper, so too Josh Davies and also Odin Smith. The white flag is on display, 1 lap to go. The race leader is a mile in front. 2nd place is Shane Coulker. The action is for the minor placings. Shane Coulker starting to blow smoke though. Back then in 3rd spot is Jamie Locke, then Matt Templar, then Darren Flatman is 5th, then back to Josh Davies. Mick Dan's in trouble, and then Odin Smith, but the leader is through. He's more than half a lap ahead. Stephen Cooper wins by a country mile. 2nd spot's going to go to Shane Coulker. 3rd place will be the way of Jamie Locke. 4th place is going to go to Darren Flatman, Matt Templar, and also Josh Davies. Close, very close. Might be Josh Davies, Darren Templar. Back then to Mick Dan, Odin Smith, and Michael Pearce is about 3 laps down and will be the last car across the line.
It's a very happy Stephen Cooper down here at the moment, just waiting for him to take all the safety gear off. Just the helmet and last thing about to come off. Fastest man in practice yesterday, one of the local favourites, Steph Cooper, getting heat number 1 as a win must be something that you must be very happy with.
Yeah, no, that was great, eh? Had a pretty good starting spot there, so got it out of the hole pretty quick and we done real good.
Now, you might not know it, but your winning margin was nearly half a lap to Shane Coulker. Now, to clear out and get that big a lead early, it must show that from the front row at the moment, you must make the most of those starts.
Oh, without a doubt, if you don't get these ones off, off the front row, you're going to make it hard for yourself, so... But,
no worries. Well, there you have it, race fans. Put your hands together for Stephen Cooper, winner of heat number 1.